as soon as you'll.
Yep. Let me invite you now. There you go. Invite sent.
Thank you.
I need. Ouch, 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 ouch.
Don't die, sir. Don't die.
I ran into my own spikes.
Well, that's your fault. How was your day,
I'm
sir?
top.
Is it nice and cold? I heard you got more shitty weather coming your way.
Yep, we got more of it coming.
I don't know if I'm gonna get more
Friday?
tornado crap, but yeah, supposed to be Friday. I think I saw.
Yep, ours is coming Friday.
You gonna rip the generator off the trailer and drag it to the house before that happens?
Say what?
You gonna rip the generator off the trailer and drag it to the house before that happens?
It's on the back of the truck.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I'm going to.
Alright, ooh, it's already
Although with
late.
although with this one, it's a snowstorm, not a ice storm like the last one.
Now, see, I was catching mixed results. They're saying that your area could be snow or ice.
Yeah, well, at least as of right now, it's calling for snow. Huh?
Yeah, that medicine.
I keep doing this.
There we go. My crossbow is repaired. So let me click to show location. There we go. Are you grabbing that drop over there?
Yeah, I'm gonna grab it while I'm over here.
Okay.
I still ain't. I grabbed like 8 more drops last time I was on here, and I still ain't find no. What was it? The stock for the sniper rifle.
Sniper, yeah. You gotta have a store. If they didn't, during one of the updates, put a store in your world, I don't know where to find one. Because they're random. What the heck is Nate laughing at?
That's Chris.
Oh, that's Chris? Sounds like Nate on the microphone.
Nope. Watch that TikTok video.
Oh, God. Was it? We had a dinner the other day with one of Mom and Jerry's friends that they, like, he was their boss when we lived down here early, years ago, right?
The what?
He was like Mom's boss and one of Jerry's coworkers when we
Uh,
lived down here before moving to the Carolinas. Um, Like we had dinner with him and told him about Jerry and all that stuff, right? Um, nice work over here. Anyway, his wife is super crazy.
Whose?
His name is John. He was, like I said, a friend of Jerry's and Mom's and stuff.
Uh,
Um, First off, you gotta understand one thing. These are good, hardworking people. Okay, like she owns a horse ranch down here, and he's a long haul truck driver that does things specifically for the military. You know.
uh,
Um, all that aside, she is batshit crazy, and so is he. Um, One,
well, why do you say that?
they're hardcore like Trump believers, like hardcore Trump believers, and they buy
Oh,
all the bullshit. And when I say all the bullshit, I mean they buy the bullshit like Elvis is alive. He was saved by the Kennedy brothers. They're also alive. They were saved from a Democratic assassination plan by Trump's agents when he was young.
oh, dear Lord.
This is the level of stupid we're fighting.
It's anonymous rose.
Also, she ordered a
It's
machine
anonymous rose.
off of the internet for only 8 grand. That's on sale. That can read your DNA, tells you everything that's in it, and it can cure cancer.
Gosh, is one of them.
She's one of them. So is he. Think about that for a second. They wasted 8 grand. And that doesn't financially hurt them.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. I mean, what they want? If they wanted one of those machines now, I could find an old Game Boy and change a couple soldering things, and boom, I give them one right now for 2 grand.
They got that shit. Synonymous rose. This nigga said synonymous rose instead of cinnamon rose.
Ugh.
Call it synonymous rose instead of
All right, she is
cinnamon rose.
enjoying that way too much.
Extremely.
What?
Huh?
Tell me.
Uh-uh. Where you at, Ben? Ben,
Yeah,
where you at?
I'm near you. About to haul ass back towards the base. Although I may not make it now. I didn't realize how late it was.
Oh, so you saw what I was doing over here, I guess?
Yeah, I came and I got that box, and I was kind of just gathering supplies and stuff in general because it was so late. All right, what's your plan? Are
Well,
you
you don't
going to
have
make like a
to...
zigzag thing through here, or?
I mean, really, I'm getting ready to make a huge garden over here.
Oh, okay. So you're going to do this as like a big garden area?
Yeah.
Ooh, a lot of these walls are badly damaged.
What walls?
Like on the inside here, like the concrete ones and stuff.
Oh, the ones at that building, of course. Actually, I need more wood.
But yeah, I had to let you know of the new level of crazy I'd met. I bet you didn't know Elvis was still alive. or that he was saved by
Yeah.
the Kennedy brothers.
No, of course not.
I don't know how Elvis is going to help save the world, but or freedom, but I'm
I was
not
about to say, what is that? Like, even if he was, what does that have to do with anything?
any. Yeah, exactly.
At least this night's not a horde night because I just dealt with that on the night previous.
Ugh.
So no worries for a horde night. I need to run. I need to run in. I need to make sure I'm sharing my location where you are.
Hmm. Yeah, you're up on the roof or something above me right now. So.
I'm right out here
Oh, okay.
because there should be doors and everything now, so we're safe inside these walls.
For now, I see this back section isn't sealed in here.
Yeah, the building I didn't put any work on. I didn't do any work inside the building yet.
Okay. Well, you're gonna have to unlock this door, or we're gonna have to break it. Ooh, potato.
Yeah, it's not letting me.
Smack, smack, smack.
There you go. There's a ladder right here to the roof.
Roof, yeah. Usually there's bodies with stuff up there.
I have. I put pretty much what 3 guard towers on the corners.
Yeah.
And the place is pretty much surrounded by spikes.
Oh, that's good.
Well, only one round of spikes. I haven't completely filled anything in yet.
Yeah, let's say you're gonna need a minimum of 4 to 5 layers. Recipes. Ooh, I can make another first aid.
No, I don't need that. Let me just do 99 more. Craft them.
Like I said, you can leave the steel post up and that working stiff sign if you wanted, because it doesn't provide any light. You can smash that apart. It's got metal in it. And then the steel posts work great for holding up a platform area up high.
Oh, okay.
I do know some buildings off to the south from here, like a church and stuff, that's
Yeah,
has
that's where that
potential.
that town's over there.
Yeah, Dyerville's to the east, to your left, but there's a large church with a cemetery, and it's a massive 2-story building to the south along the road.
Oh well, once it's daylight, I'll head that way.
I'm going to head back to
Take a
the
look.
base because my inventory's all full. Um,
You should have a pretty clear path. I mean, it's right up the roadway. You shouldn't encounter any zombies that way.
I shouldn't, but play it safe. Besides, there was potato seeds back there. I got some maple seeds in my hand.
Actually, I probably need to put before you head out that way, come back here for a sec.
Yeah, I'm just planting seeds real fast. There we go. I'm gonna grab them potato seeds, take those back to the base.
Well, I'm gonna give you
Oh, I only have one
a
inventory slot.
box. Well, I'm gonna put a box in here inside this base
Okay.
that you can put the seeds in to start the garden process.
Gotcha. Ooh, what's this?
Storage
Chainsaw
box.
parts. Hey, there's wood and a metal door in this box.
Oh, I'll take both of those.
There's a couple of metal pickaxes here to use in this one. Ooh, some metal wrenches and a metal sledgehammer. You know what? Another chainsaw blade, clip calibers, and another. I wouldn't tear apart these boxes here. These
Oh,
work.
I'm not.
Yeah, because they're going to continuously regenerate every so often.
All right, here I got the boxes. Let's see, I might put there. Let me unlock them.
Oh yeah, you gotta unlock it. All right. Do you need some candles for lighting?
Yes.
Okay. There's Bop. There's that. I'm using exactly half the candles I'm carrying.
All right.
I'm going to drop those off in here in case you need some healing. There's some antibiotics for you. Here's a beaker if you want to build a campfire so you can at least refine water.
There's a campfire on the roof from a long time ago.
Okay. Um, Here's a potato seed. And yeah, all the boxes over here had the goodies.
All right. There's the pickaxes.
Oh, I can't carry the chainsaw parts. And I can't grab the stuff
I
down
got them.
below. Okay. That's in the filing cabinet. Some a brass trophy. And ooh, you got stuff in the wall safe here, including a cooking pot. That laugh is infectious. Like she be watching some Steve Harvey stuff.
No, I don't think so.
I haven't watched Steve Harvey stuff in a while. Now I want to watch Steve Harvey stuff.
So that's good.
I'm just putting tools and stuff in this first box, kind of just unloading all the stuff from the crates.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to take the gun parts and the chainsaw parts back to the base.
All right, let me, here's the chainsaw parts.
Shovel. There's fire axe. Da-da-da. Chainsaw there. There's a cooking pot. All we need is a grill piece. And you can have a second campfire up on the roof. Yeah, that oil and stuff, I'll carry that back to the base with me. Do you got water on you?
Yes.
Okay, I got 7 jars I'm going to put in this box here. That's got clean water in it. So
Okay.
I will, as soon as the daylight comes back up, head back towards the base, offload, and then head over to my project.
All right, sounds good.
Because I need to do the other walkways. I never did place the land blocks. I'm going to have to clear the buildings out. Um, so yeah, clear the buildings out, place down the land block, probably in that middle house, and then start building the area so that we can walk up to the path above the zombies.
Oh my god.
I don't know
Okay.
how much
It's
more.
so
I can't remember
dry.
how much more filling needs to be done for like block walls, and then after that, just laying spikes, I believe.
Yeah, and I'll have plenty of spikes.
Okay.
Put a couple up here. That
Just
one
remember,
there.
so don't make it too hot.
Oh, I'm not. Just getting plenty of light.
Oh my god.
For a while, I don't know about now, but for a while, the candles
Oh,
were putting out more heat than light.
Boy,
what's wrong, Chris?
I gotta get off of TikTok. They're crying.
I have no clue what I'm
Huh?
hearing.
That doesn't bother me. I'm crying over here.
Oh, I hear a zombie or something.
Where are you?
To the northwest. It's a bunch of them.
Are you running back to the base?
No, you don't hear that?
Uh-uh.
We're not detected right now, so
Oh, I do hear them. They're running into the spike somewhere.
on the back side over here.
Yeah, I'm about to go up to the tower real quick and take a look. Not there.
I'm still not detected. I'm trying to like creep up towards them. Oh, there sounds like they're dead. Or the squish. Do you have landmines
Yep.
in here?
No.
Okay, good. Yep, there we
Okay,
go.
here's where they hit right here.
Yep,
And there was a horde.
yep, it was a mini horde. Some of your
I mean,
spikes
look at
have
all the
been
bodies.
destroyed.
Oh, that's fine. I got plenty to replace them with.
Yeah, I know.
Look at all the bodies right here.
Oop, get out of my way, tree. Ooh, well, yeah. This is definitely. Ooh, what's that?
There's a lot more right here too.
Jesus. I don't know if I can loot this many.
I'll loot the rest of them.
Oh, food. Give me that ham sandwich. Give me that chicken soup. Oh, I got bad stuff from ham sandwich.
He got all of them. I think we need to start.
All right.
Animal
And it
fat.
ran into these spikes.
There's some more messes over here.
I think I got those already. Oh, there's another zombie that was right here.
He's like, what?
All right, sir. Oh, did I just hear another roar?
I didn't hear one.
Oh, I'm off. It's safe
All
traveling
right,
then.
that works. All right, let me chop some of these trees.
You know what we could do eventually?
What?
We could go about and fill like all the area around all the construction, like with deep forests, like you do around your here on the road, and just lay
Uh,
spikes all around them randomly.
I got the spikes for it.
Put our characters in the underground bunker. Like actually seal it off. Like put dirt walls up around certain areas so that it looks like they knocked through a door and found dirt. You know.
Right.
And then to put the server on you know, like like for everyday people to join public. See how many take the bait, if you will.
Ooh, almost misplaced that.
Don't go misplacing stuff we need, sir.
Hmm. What I chop, I will put back down. I'm starting the best of videos with 7 days.
Ooh, that's going to be a lot of content.
Yep.
Where did we put? There it is.
Damn, I
All
need
right,
more
we
of
need
these.
to put those there. Make this. Take those while I'm at it. Okay. I offloaded, and I'm on my way over to the other site.
Alright, let's see if I'll have enough. Um,
Oh, a bunch of my trees I planted have grown. I see.
yeah, they probably got pretty tall actually.
They have. Because I got a variety of the different types. Just any type of seed I would get, I would start to plant, you know? Yep, I hear zombies. Stop it. Bad zombie.
Oh, I need to drink. There we go.
There we go.
Okay. All right. How much did I go through? Ooh, quite a bit. Okay.
Oh, crap. Well, that was a little unthought out there that we did.
What?
Uh, I sealed up one of the walls going into the kitchen or whatever. I can hear zombies like on the other side.
Is that the same one that we need to get to
No,
get
it's
to the
not this.
ladder?
No, it's not that one. Like we didn't. I didn't mess up that bad. I just because I didn't lay down the block. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like now I have to get into that area to clear it out again.
Ah, gotcha. All right. All right, there's at least one layer.
Alright, so through the garage. Also, we never built the entrance, if you will, to where we would run and jump in. You know?
Did we not build that? I thought we did build that.
No, we made our platforms. We didn't make the area where we would actually like get up into the first building at the start of it. And we only closed in one of the tunnels, not we didn't do the second one. There you go, big dude.
Many.
There we go, that one's done. I know, you know. I still gotta go upstairs.
Alright, I think that.
There we go. And I hear the drop. Well, now I got the land claim block in place, at least.
I need to cut down some more wood. Alright, let me go do that now.
Enjoy.
Do 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 do. We'll let that grow a little bit more.
Oh shit. Oh, bedroom. There we go. All right, that's our emergency out.
So go this way. Oh, there was a bunch of trees this way. Yep, there was. Alright, this looks like a bigger tree. Yep. I think I found that building you were talking about.
The church with the
2 stories.
yeah, like it's a
Yep.
big open ceiling is what it is essentially, and then there's like a cemetery next to it or something.
Um, it looks like it. Oh, there's a zombie out here. 2 zombies out here. Oh,
One thing I'd say is be careful. There tends to be lots of Zeds there, so
oh, there is. Oh, there's a big guy there too. I did not see you. I hear another one too. Where? Oh, he might be inside the building. Oh.
Almost.
Yeah, well, they're definitely around here hanging out.
Yeah, like I said, be careful.
Yeah, I see the cemetery you're talking about.
Okay.
It's like right next to the burning area.
Yeah, it's right close to it, which is what kind of makes it good bad. Bad because, you have to watch out for the stray dogs and stuff. Good because it can give you a safe place to run in and out of, to lose stuff or to fight stuff off from, you know? Because as well as I do, there can be some really nice resources out in the burning area.
Yeah, that's what I'm venturing into right now. Cut this tree down. And plant, plant the trees. All right, so let me build. Damn, I
But,
took all the wood. Now I gotta cut some more.
well,
But thankfully, there's a whole bunch of trees right here. I'm gonna have to repair my axe here soon.
Alright, now let me see something. Yeah, that works perfectly.
Ooh, what's this? There's gotta be one caught inside the house because I can hear one walking around.
I remember once I messed around with me and Mario turning that building into a base, and I was actually able to add a second floor, you know? Like I had to mess with the structure because once you remove those beams, they were structural. Um, but we did turn it into like a second story at one point. It just took too much work, you know?
Which building is that?
That church building with the cemetery. Because that was when the candles and the fires were putting out too much heat, and like they were always drawing the zombies. So being close to Direville wasn't a good idea at the time.
One, two, three. Almost 4,000 wood I grabbed.
That's nice.
Alright.
Yeah, you're gonna like our way to get into this little horde base. Although it's not so little anymore, but
I'll have to come up here and take a look at it here in just a few.
do it on the next day if you will, because by then you'll because it's already getting late on the night thing here.
Oh, this zombie hit me and sprained my freaking ankle. Great, now I got a sprained ankle.
Huh? I'll teach you. Little leg there.
Oh, okay, this is my base. I was like, wait a second.
All right. Looking good, looking good. Well, about 2,000 hours.
We got a little bit of time.
A little bit. Not as much as I would like, but a little bit. By the time I fill in the last of the blocks over here, fill up these jars with water, it'll be time to haul some ass.
And put these ones in. That'll give me pretty much 2 rows all the way around, and some of them have 3 rows.
Nice. All right. SPIKE. Yeah.
There we go.
All right. And I'm coming back to the base. The pine trees I planted in the cluster up here are all tall and thin.
They are baby heights.
No, they're almost full grown height. They just haven't like spread out like super thick, you know? How they do?
Right.
Oh, Jesus. Random hole in the ground or something there? Jesus.
Depends on where in the base you are.
No, the base, that's the problem. I was like running, it's like, oh shit, hole in the ground, what?
Alright, that gives me 2 there, 3 there. Alright. So the next resource I need to go out and get. I need to go get some iron.
You got a bunch in the supply box.
Oh no, I want to go. I just need to. I want to go out and harvest more because we don't have a ton of it
Gotcha.
in the supply box.
Yeah, we only have like 6 or 7,000, I think. Alright, back at the
I
base
just
there.
keep that stuff in there in case we do like a big project that we're gonna need it on.
Yeah. Gotcha. Alright, let's boil some water here. Boom. Wonder what's in this locked chest up here. By the campfire. I wonder if that was Mario's old box.
I think it was. That might be where he has those
All the fucking landmine.
mines.
I'm just thinking that too. Oh. Hey, Kyle will never find him here, right under his nose.
I can't even get into it.
No, it's locked. That's what I'm saying. Like, uh,
There's not even a way for me to break into it because if I break it, it's going to disappear for good.
good, yeah. Uh,
What a jerk.
one of the things that came up after he had passed and stuff with his mom, she and it didn't dawn on me till like 2 years later. But she asked Kevin. She kept asking me, Kevin, like, where are all the games? He has all these games, you know.
Uh,
And we were like, that was it. Like the three physical games here. That's it. It didn't dawn on me till one day she told me. Was it? I guess she had like a relative over who had a kid, and he was
uh,
hopped on Mario's Xbox to play it. Um, and they said there were all these games on there which they didn't know about, but they wouldn't work. It said you had to go online. I was like, oh shit, that's right. Like those were all your games. She's like, well, why come they won't work? Where's the disc? It's like they don't need the disc; they're digital. Well, how come it says we have to go online? It's like that's the anti-theft. Like I had to explain to her how it has a program that looks for it to be online.
right.
Uh, and they don't really have internet at their house, and then two, it like his account is long expired. She doesn't know the password and stuff for it, let alone to update like the payment method and stuff. So
Well, yeah, exactly.
anyway, that just like came out one day, like suddenly hit me, like, oh yeah, that's what she meant by all the games, like, because yeah, we were always buying games, but it was digital.
Yep, he bought all of his digitally.
Yeah, we all did. I mean, I'm honestly, how I want to get an old Xbox from you, an Xbox One, you know, um, just
Yeah,
because my digital library is so big. I actually am thinking about getting a second PS4. And it's
yeah,
for the
we know
same
second
reason.
PS4.
It's for the same reason. I have so many digital games. Because I've upped my hard drive on my PS4. I don't know if you knew that. Like I took out the 1 terabyte and I put in a 2 terabyte SSD. Okay.
Yeah,
Even with that, I still couldn't fit every single game I own. For the price of a 4 terabyte SSD, it costs almost as much as a system, like within $20.
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Well, they don't make a lot of SSDs that are because we have laptop hard drives in these systems. They're 2.5 inch or less than 9 millimeters, basically, is the measurement. Um, they don't make bigger than a 4 terabyte SSD in those anymore. And they don't make a lot of those anymore because SSDs are moving to the M.2 formats, because of the faster speeds and stuff. Not to mention it's cheaper. So that what SSDs they're making, they're just not making that big. And even then, the M.2 they're starting to do in laptops. So, all that aside, you get the idea with it.
Yeah,
So, like, it would honestly be really worthwhile due to the price difference. Because I will tell you, the PS4 has a major performance bonus from having an SSD. with load times, the smoothness of the game, as well as like textures and stuff loading in. Like it's 100% worthwhile, um, and it's super easy.
Well,
Um, but it would almost be worthwhile to like essentially get a another SSD and just try to find a PS4 Slim for a good price one day on the secondhand market and put the games I can't put on one on the other. Like I want to do with the Xbox.
be system collecting.
Well, here's the other thing. Remember, I got that 500 gig hard drive and I put every game I really wanted for the 360 on it, and then I went back in
Yeah.
and I reinstalled the now empty 250, and I started downloading more games that wouldn't fit. I still have a shit ton of games, and that 250's full. So first of the month, I'm going to order another 500 gig hard drive. That should be enough to literally fill out my 360 library. Essentially, anything backwards compatible and stuff, and any older physical games I want as well.
I'd hope that'd be enough.
Oh, here's the other thing. Again, inside that plastic shell that is in that the slim hard drive is in, is literally just
Mm-hmm.
a 2.5-inch hard drive. Okay, so another laptop size hard drive. That shell
Right.
is just what it is. It's a plastic shell. Like you can take a razor and open it up. It's just glued shut clamshell. Walmart, their sellers who actually sell the empty clamshell pieces. So and the motherboard will actually read up to a terabyte.
Well, that's good. I mean, it reads like something like that. Reads that.
Yeah, like you have to use a computer to set up the hard drive to work for the 360 to acknowledge it, but there's a bunch of videos showing you how. Now, uh, here's the funny part. I have a 1 terabyte hard drive laying around from my PS4.
Oh Lord.
The only thing I'm worried about is because of the way all the videos that show you how to set up the hard drive, they have you use a mod um, software. So I'm afraid like it won't work on a PS4 for live, or I mean on a hard drive for live.
Yeah.
Like I'm afraid it's just useful for as a modding tool, which is not what I'm wanting to do with the system.
Yeah. Yeah. I got you.
So I'm hesitant to do that. I'm also unfortunately they weren't able to fully repair my fat PS3.
Yeah. I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah. Um, but I've decided to order a Polymega, which will play PS1, and I'm going to do me some voodoo magic and just get me a PS2 fat and then do one of the hard drive mods to that. Again, because of me wanting to system collect, because that's like the cheapest option for the price. But then again, I also have a OG Xbox it's sitting in front of me right now, and that tends to be the better version of those games.
The OG Xbox.
But anyway, all that aside, since I'm going to be getting me a Polymega, and they play PS1 games, um, I don't need the fat PS3 backwards compatibility. So I'm thinking since a slim PS3 is a lot cheaper, I want to see if I can upgrade the hard drive to that, and if I can, then I'll just swap out the hard drives. You know.
Oh yeah, I got you.
That just seems to be the more logical course of action there.
I mean, if it's worth a try, if it works, it works.
Yeah, because there are a lot of PS3 games that I do want, that I do like, that were never brought to the PS4, you know? And even then, there are some that are just essentially those versions of the games I want to own, you know?
Crap, that guy's thirsty. But I'm about to run back now.
I'm actually attempting to organize the boxes.
They shouldn't need that much organizing. I organized the
Yeah, they
crap out of
really
them.
don't. They really don't, like you said. I'm just more or less moving stuff around a little bit. We have so much beer and honey and good stuff. Love all that good stuff.
Yeah, I need to get me a splint for my ankle.
Oh, I think we got a couple in here. We do. We got 48 of them. You'll be fine.
Those look like trees I've planted.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
would be right.
What is it? After it becomes daylight again here in a little bit, I'm going to um, head back over to the place, and I have to chop down some of the trees I planted because I'm running really low on wood, and then I'm ready to start filling in and building wood logs and stuff on that last tunnel section. What's my guy's food and stuff at? Ooh, yeah, I should definitely top off before I.
Alright, so this can go in here.
There we go. Can of peas. I love peas. Why do you sound like a zombie?
Because my leg is broke.
Oh, well, fix that shit.
Or my ankle.
Fix that shit already. While I eat all your peas. God, peas do not give you a lot of food.
No, they really don't.
I'm gonna eat your tuna now. Which apparently makes you a little thirsty when you. We have been trying to work on is done. All we have left to do is one more thing to clear up, and that's mom's spousal support through the VA. Insurance checks are on their way. Social Security's taken care of. All that stuff is done now.
Well, that's good.
Once spousal support is taken care of, and we had one last like hurdle, difficult to get piece of paper, which we didn't think we were going to get, but we miraculously did today. Now we just have to make an appointment with the local VA dude, whose office was just moved from one building to another, so uh, he won't open until his computers and shit work properly. So yeah, the prayer now is for mom to get the spousal support quickly.
Well, I hope she ends up getting it quickly. I hope it doesn't take a whole long time to get it.
Yeah. After that, we just have to. We haven't told the company we rent from yet um, anything because we don't like we don't want to tell them like, hey, we don't know how we're going to pay February yet. Which, the insurance money is going to be here. We'll be able to pay February. That's not a problem. But we can't afford to use
Right.
too much of it because, again, we're trying to buy a home. We can do a no money down VA loan, but we still have to have closing costs. And at the value of the homes we're looking to hopefully get, that's going to be 6 to 7 grand. You know?
Yeah, I mean, that's. Ugh, I hate those closing costs.
Yeah. So, and that's going to be a giant chunk of the amount of money that we'll be getting from the insurance checks. So yeah, if we can get the spousal support, get all that clear worked out real quickly and cleared, um, we really hope to be out of Florida at the end of February.
Well, I hope it goes through that quickly and smoothly.
Yeah. Um, I think realistically it might be March. I hope not March. Um, when we moved in down here, you had to do first, last, and security deposit.
Right.
Like being that if by the time after February we would have March, April, May, and June, so 4 months worse. We would more or less hope that they would just like let us out of the lease early and keep all that.
Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna do that.
Yeah, well, I mean, first, last, and usually you use a penalty for buying out, you know,
Yeah.
but it's usually not that severe either. Usually like 100 or like 150 for each month. Or at least that's from my old experiences.
Yeah.
But then again, those are also all apartments, not a house for rent. So,
Where is...
all right, sir, I am headed out.
QQ?
I'll see you there, sir. When you come up, walk to the first building, number one, as I'm calling it, the one on the left,
Mm-hmm.
and go all the way to the left side.
Okay.
Ooh. Oh shit, dogs! Oh! A horde of dogs came running up to the wall there when I jumped over the fence.
On what side?
The same side I had to run down. Alright, I'm spawning on my bed.
Let me see. Where are the corpses? I
No,
heard the
you.
explosion go off.
There was one that definitely hit one of those mines. The other two chased after me down the road and
Oh,
killed me.
there is two dogs on the road.
Yeah, those are the ones that killed me. I couldn't even switch to a weapon that fast.
They're still there on the roadway.
Yeah,
Well, here comes one now.
you can lead them
You
to the
did now.
spikes or something.
I just got one, but the other one's out there somewhere. Let's see if I can spot them.
Well, then I'll act as bait. I'm gonna open this first door so I have a place to run into. All right, I'm undetected, undetected, undetected. All right,
Where'd they get you? Right there?
yeah, right here. Here's my bag.
That's where I spotted.
Cover
That's
me.
where I spotted one of the dogs. I don't see him anymore.
Oh, they're out there. You know they are. Like dicks.
Let me run back.
There were at least three.
They didn't do no damage to the wall, but
Close
they
this
definitely
door.
exploded themselves. Oh, here's one right here. A dead
Okay,
body of one.
that may be it then. That may be
What?
all three. All right, I'm bolting down the road then. I think that's it. I think that's all three.
There was more. There was more than three. There was one, two, three, four. There was five.
Oh, I didn't see five. All I saw was three. And I'm not being hunted right now, so. All right, so just be cautious. See what happens when you get lazy.
Did you close the door back here?
Yeah, I did.
No, you didn't. Still open.
Oh, I closed the door to the base.
It's still open.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, that's what I meant to do before I left. Let me go do that real quick. I need to put a splint on my leg.
Yes, splint your leg, sir. Meanwhile, I chop me down some trees over here. Here now, then, yeah.
There it is. Use that.
Oh, yeah, if you got lots of spikes pre-made, sir, they will be useful.
I should have some. Gotta eat that. Put this ammo away. All right. I thought I hit the thing. Tools and traps. All right. Heading your way. Follow the road.
That's it. You think there's more dogs to keep the eye open, sir? I don't think so, but we've been fucked before.
Yeah, I don't see any
Oh, I ran down the road with my
so
fucking
far.
shotgun out. I wasn't taking the risk. Damn it. There we go. Chop the little tree. Chop, chop, mother. Alright, 2 more trees here I can cut down real fast.
All right. I'm here.
Alright, the building on the left side, I'm officially calling it building number 1. Go to the far left, and you'll see the ramp and the jump off. Just don't miss the jump off. It goes to spiky death.
Yep, I see what you're talking about.
And you can easily make that as a running jump, by the way. I think it's large enough of a gap that zombies shouldn't make it. And I made it wide enough, I think, for, for us to be able to do it 2 or 3 at a time.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna be able to make that jump. All right.
I'm coming over there now. Ooh. There's nests, eggs, and stuff, yes. I said I was getting me some wood. You see all my trees that have been growing.
Yep, I see that. They're all like side by side of each other.
Uh-huh.
Well, I see the ones that are starting to sprout.
So, you up in the second floor here?
Yeah.
All right. Uh,
Oh, let me head back to that building because I went across the bridge.
okay, I'm here. So, yeah. And what? We just need to enclose that and make a couple of, like, walkways out to the edges there for here and over there and stuff.
Make some walkways from here to where?
Over to the tunnel there.
Oh,
So we can stand and shoot down,
Yeah, hold on, let me see.
I'm dropping down if
Oh,
that's.
I don't know if it'll let me put one there or not.
Oh, wait a minute. I can. Boom. How's that? And then I will bring this down. There we go. All right. That should be enough of a platform or a support beam, I want to say.
All right.
All right.
Actually, let me put.
All these little dead tree things here. Get me a quick boost to my wood.
All right. Put these back.
All right. I'm going to start hammering down on this side here.
It'd probably be easier if I just did. Get to the ground and do it.
Oh, it will be to do the, and I'll jump down to do the inside. I'm just getting the top layer while I'm up here.
All right.
Because the whole thing with this maze path, remember, it only goes two directions. There's no way out. So you either have to go all the way to the last building, which doesn't have the doors there, by the way, so we can get inside to the top from there for now. Or we have to go all the way out through the garage on the first building here.
Well.
There's this one. Oh, to the right. Okay.
Put that in.
I think the beautiful part is we really don't have to like heavily reinforce the walls if we don't want to. Although we probably
No,
should.
because they're not. They're not going to really attack it.
Yeah, that's just it. They're just gonna keep going, do through the path because it's easy. All right.
What's that there?
I think I'm going to expand this
Oh,
section here by 1 block. Yeah,
let
okay.
me go cut some trees.
Go ahead, sir. Go cut down some of my forest. That's the whole reason I planted it. Because I knew we would need the lumber.
I hear a zombie somewhere.
I don't hear one. Possible to be in one of the buildings, but they shouldn't be. I put down my land block in that middle house.
Yeah, so they shouldn't be anywhere around here. I need to go repair my axe too. It's about to. I forgot to do that. Mm.
What?
No, this sounds like it's taking to cut this tree down.
Well, the pines are stronger woods. Then again, you do get a nice big chunk of wood from them at the end.
All right.
Yeah.
I got enough. Okay.
You know what we can do on the inside portions too? Like through the house? We can make little gaps through the house to shoot down at them in. Or at least on the first two houses, I'm thinking.
Uh.
You know? Just make these little slits in the floors to shoot down at them.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. We'll put like some, almost like a little window.
Yeah, basically. Like the idea is in case like it gets down to the last couple zombies and they like are in one of the houses and we don't have an easy way to get in there because of all the spikes. I'm gonna have to build some more corners to go under these edges here and on the pillars we made, but other than that, that should be nice.
Okay. And Bronx is gonna come back to this game and be like, "What in the world?"
Oh, when we get this done and then we have another Horde Night coming, I purposely want to not wait until him to play, just so we can give this a try with the three of us. That way it'd be like maximum Horde, you know? be able to get a good solid test to see how this works. Either it'll be a big waste of resources, or it'll be very useful. I figure there's no in between. All right. Uh, me. Yeah, back at the house now. Back over here.
Let me cut some more lumber. Some dead wood.
All right. So after we filled in this section, we have the one more walkway and stuff to build, or it should be two more. I'm trying to just think. Because we got the section where the walkway goes over the tunnel at one point. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Modifications to the inside of the ceiling on these two buildings. And then fill it all with spikes and then put the doors in place. Should we reinforce the doors with metal or just do them as wood? Since they're, I guess the idea is they'll be getting broken somewhat often, you know?
I mean, if they are going to be getting broken like that, then there's no sense in
Doing the
putting any more
metal.
than just wood.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Oh, there's a zombie coming at me.
Huh. Watch out, might be a mini horde.
I don't see any others.
As long as it doesn't scream, you're good. I've noticed you see less random zombies around with the way the last update for the game did, and you see to seeing them more in like little mini groups, you know?
Yeah, I don't see them staggered out by themselves very often. Alright, let me head up this way. You said we needed a walkway where?
Uh, I'm trying to like debate about the what you call it, you know, like over between house 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, to see if we want to put a walkway in over, to shoot down somewhere in those areas.
Well, I mean, the bridge right here is kind of like a walkway in and of itself.
True. Structural reinforcing here.
I hear a zombie. Alright, let me head back this way.
Oh, I hear a zombie now. Or was that you?
I mean, I'm running back up the ramp.
Okay, maybe you I heard. Yeah, that's you. Ugh. Alright, you got this area here.
Yep.
Dead trees. Dead trees. Alright.
Alright.
Alright, so over in this area, yeah, the ramp goes down and it gives us a place to shoot, definitely. And then over here we got, yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. I don't see the need for it, really. Because honestly, with all those spikes and stuff, you know, even at the much higher
Well, yeah,
levels.
exactly.
Because then we still have the thing with the ladder where we can sit there and club them to death if they make it through the wall, you know? And then we have an emergency.
Oh, I agree.
Then we'll build that secondary wall and have an emergency exit. So,
I'll put that there.
I know one day one of us is going to screw up on this jump, but not right now.
It's gonna be Bronx.
Ugh. He's going to curse me out for the design then.
Yeah, there's a zombie inside this house.
Which house? Number 2 or 3?
The third one.
Okay, we can just go down and kill it then because the ladder's there and everything.
I'm trying to find it. Oh, there he is.
Oh, yep, I hear it. Kitchen area.
Yep.
Thought so. All right. Shit. Stop. I have to head back in a moment, but until then, I can get this done.
Yeah, I can hide inside this wall and don't have to worry about attackers.
That's kind of the idea. All right, we gotta reinforce. I'm building the oh shit door up here for now.
Okay.
Let's fill this in. How many of us can fit right here? 3 of us? Or should I add one more square for... Yeah, I think one more square. That, and I'm going to double up on the wall. So...
Oops.
Can I get the other side too? Shit. Damn it. I screwed up.
Nice door placement.
Thank you. You know what? We're just going to put another set of squares here. You know? Better be safe than sorry, right? Alright. Oops. Alright, and then here is our oh shit layer. And not these boxes, hold on. Alright, so I'm going to double up the wall protection on this side. We probably should remove the ductwork, but... I know it's probably stronger than the wood, but it's less repairable. Oh shit. There we go. My iron pickaxe is almost broken. There's some metal you wanted too, sir.
There we go.
And bingo. Metal. Didn't mean to do that. Oh well. Alright, sir. So triple door, double-sided walls. You think we need another like way to shoot through on this side? I don't think so, but
No, I don't think so. I think you'll be fine just the way we have it here.
yeah. And then we got our stomp area here to club them. We can keep a handful of supplies over here. I'm thinking, you know, just a couple
Yeah.
boxes. I'm going down here real fast. Um, I need doors again. Got 2 more doors. Okay. So, wood doors here. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Oh, that uses okay.
I'm gonna leave these bottom doors open for now, by the way, since we don't have the
Okay.
spikes in there. Ooh, you hear, zombie?
Oh, there's a bunch of dogs.
Ooh, I am closing said doors, Jesse.
Get upstairs. Because there is dogs everywhere.
Jesus. I closed those doors now. Alright, the difficult part is going to be killing them. Oh shit, that's like 4 of them.
Oh, there's more than that. Like 3 others took off the other way.
Alright, we're going to have to split them up here. Damn it, missed. Hold still, you ADD motherfucker. Underneath me. Oh. Oh, I got the back of his head. Alright, what is up with all the dogs at one point?
I I have no idea, to be honest with you.
Wait.
Where's the dog at? I hear him. And I hear a zombie.
Yep, gonna be using my new walkway here. Oh, there it is. Oh shit, he's trying to break part of the... Alright, I'm gonna have to block off that section there, of stairs.
Why was he trying to break through there?
I don't know, but I'm not gonna take the chance of them doing it. I'm going to chop up the stairs and I'm just gonna make that on all of the buildings. Just a big chunk of block, you know?
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna grab my club. I'm gonna drop down inside here. Oh, yep, there's damage to... A little bit of damage here. I can fix this. Oh,
That was a lot of canines.
it was an awful lot of canines. The beds and stuff are, or not the beds, but you know what I'm trying to get at. The cabinets and stuff had refilled up. I got a little bit of loot here. There's my torch. I left that here a long fucking time ago. Alright, repair that fucking damage there.
Doop, 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 doop.
Hey, do you want to start cutting the hole in the floor at different places?
And what floor?
Oh, actually, yeah, I guess I should do that from here. Alright, try not to stand under me. Watch out. How's that? Or should I make it larger, like 4 squares?
No, I wouldn't do larger.
Okay. And do you want one in the living room here?
I don't think you need one there in the living room.
Okay. I don't think we need one in the garage, but that does give us a access, if you will, to see what's going on. All right, running to building 3. Getting some fresh loot here. I don't need a
Got the
human.
toilet.
Yeah, I don't need a human turd. Getting some fresh scrap metal. All right, yeah, the garage and everything here is a dead end, so. Ooh, nice big mining helmet for Kevin. Some
Oh,
shot.
you have one.
Yeah, we had plenty. It's just this one's another real good one, so I thought, keep it. I got 44 Magnum parts.
I don't think we have a ton of those, so dun, dun, dun.
All right, I got 2 doors left here. I guess I will attempt to seal off a couple of these rooms here. Try to keep them from like going into them. I'm going back to building 1 on the ground here.
Okay.
So yeah, like how the dog was trying to get to the side, I think we tighten up that area or those places. I noticed the zombies will try to go to the back doors, so maybe we should apply extra blocks to those.
To where? To what? To where the front doors are?
No, to the back doors also, like where they
Oh,
go into the
okay.
kitchen area, because they'll try to
Yeah.
get into those as well. I don't know why they try that, but they do. All right, I'm in the second house. I'm putting some doors on some of these rooms here. Again, try to funnel them. Leave the garage door open though, because we want them to. Oh shit! Did I just? Okay, good. Want them to follow that.
Right.
Ugh. Oh yeah, I'm going ahead and like throwing candles down too at certain areas in these passageways to try to light
Mm.
stuff up. You know.
Ba-dum, ba-dum. All right.
Uh,
Which house are you in?
number 3 right now.
Okay, that's the one I'm in.
Yeah, I'm had kind of an idea to keep them from coming into like this area here real fast. Reinforce this because we don't want them to get anywhere in here for any reason. There we go. And that is there in case we need to go in there for some reason.
All right.
All right, so make sure I got enough candles through here. Yes, I think we got enough light in here. How about you? Turn off your. Oh no.
Um, mm, maybe not quite enough.
How's that?
Yeah, that's good.
I'll put one more over here just in case. All right. So leave your light off to see how this looks at dark. All right, we're gonna need one more here. Another right here. Oh wow! Look at that.
What?
It was just floating in the air. All right.
Boom.
Oh, I thought for a second the game just crashed. All right. Um. Let's definitely put ones here to give us better. Yeah, you can see I put the doors around here to try to keep them out of there. This one I'm going to leave open though, so they can just walk right through.
Cool.
There we go. Put that there. This is all well lit. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Put one here. Put another right here. Okay, again, do you see that floating?
Yeah, I see it.
That I just have a feeling we would shoot that with an arrow, but that is so cool. God damn it. Alright, seriously, I'm not even facing. All right, that was my last candle. So, all right. So around here, I do. Do I have my torch? I still have a torch here. All right. So I don't think we need. Might be one candle here just for lighting purposes, but. Do you have any more candles?
I don't. They're all back in the boxes.
Okay. Well, we're going to need probably another dozen, I think, right?
Probably, yeah.
Wait, where did I just? There it is. Okay. And then, nope. Okay, I need a door right there. One there. One there. One more. Bingo. Oh. All right. I think reinforce this wall area and then double square it to make kind of a funnel shape. Like I'll put some of the sloped ramp pieces at an angle.
Let's see. Oh, reinforce. Gotcha.
And then I know I got ramp pieces. I'm gonna need one more of these wood ramps. Pop. Oh, wait. There's a rock there. 2, 3, 4. See? Like a ramp, like a funnel.
It looks good.
And then just for shits and giggles here, because we need a lure for them. There you go. And that's it.
Well, yeah.
The start of zombie death. I'm going to put this right there. Boom. All right.
I likes it.
All we got to do is, as I know, there's more area that needs to get like reinforced with extra layer wood. Um, Other than that, just fill it with spikes, and she's good to go.
And what are we? Where are we putting the spikes at?
Inside the long tunnel of death.
So what's just starting here?
Yep, literally. Let me finish. All right, so literally, I'm gonna go empty-handed here. We run up to here, right? Because this is the door, if you will, to this area. So they tear it down, and they just start walking. You know, squish, 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 squish. You get the idea. All the way to building 3.
So all these, there's gonna be spikes all through here.
I don't know if we should do all the rooms. If we do, then maybe we should like build walls to funnel it, you know? But yeah, like this hallway here, like since it's only two wide, you know? Literally, all spikes. If you think we should take some blocks and make like these bigger rooms in the garage areas, you know, maybe narrow it down for them, make it easy.
I think it should be alright.
Yeah. The only problem is then we defeat the purpose of putting the doors on these in case like
Like
zombies
that?
spawn or something. Yeah, basically. Like I don't think we have to do these big square areas here, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Yeah. But yeah, so again, all squishy. Squishy, squishy, right? We gotta reinforce this whole back wall here.
Hold on, let me put these spikes in. They're never gonna make it this far.
I hope not, but you know. Imagine the horde that does, sir. Imagine the horde that does.
Alright, so
And then we got the path here. We got our arrow slit area to shoot down. You know. I think what we do up there, those railings you put, those side rails you put up, you know, on the path, we put those on the sides there so that you can't walk into the arrow drop, the arrow hole, you know, from the top.
I got you.
And then yeah, so let's reinforce this wall real fast. I just want to make sure. This is an area we won't be able to get back to do work easily, you know?
Okay.
Yep, and then here, all the more squishy. Oh, I need to build me some frames real fast. Here's here. There we go. Oh shit, you double stacked it? Alright, you're getting to the bend.
Alright.
I know we're going to have to reinforce the upper walkways, and the whole reason why is because of the beads, you know? Like, their shots can actually damage the wood. So it's not that the zombies will break the higher wall areas, it's just we don't want them damaging where we're walking, you know?
Okay.
Alright, now hold on. Now look where you're at. Building 3. Now this door goes back into the rest of the house. Because remember, they're not going through the garage there. Okay?
Right.
Hold on, come this way with me real fast. Since the dressers are on that section, I figure reinforce the wall from this side. Just because I don't want them coming through. There we go.
Alright.
And then, yeah, we'll just go on back. Okay. Wait, you hear that?
Something's out there.
Probably more dogs from the sound of it. Alright. So, yeah. I don't think we need to spike up this room. So just close on the doors. Oh. I found it.
Alright.
I need 3 more doors here. Actually, I'm just going to do 2. 1, 2. There we go. Yeah, I'll reinforce these if you want to head up top and take care of that.
Can't tell where it's at.
Well, come this way. Don't go that way. We're
Sounds
gonna,
like it's outside that wall.
yeah, we're gonna have to jump down, and that's why I said we might want to. Look that way behind you.
Nope.
There it is. There's one that's trying to do one of those jump animations, and he's stuck. Shit, he's smashing the house wall.
Let's lead the. Let's try to lead him through the traps and see how far he makes it. He won't make it through the garage.
I'm just gonna kill him. What's the next Horde Night? Do you know?
In like 4 or 5 more days.
Okay. All right, I'm going to
I
do
think
what
it's 4 more
I
days.
said then. I'm going to take wood blocks and reinforce the areas around the, like the doors and stuff on the front and
Uh,
back. And I'm just going to try to make it so that the zombies can't get there. Try to discourage them from even coming that way. Might be worth putting a few spikes around those areas too.
where at?
At the on the sides of the front doors on buildings 1, 2, and 3, and on the back doors to the buildings. I've already sealed up the back doors, but they keep going to those locations. I'm just putting extra layers of blocks. I'm destroying the stairwells that walk up to them. You get the idea.
Yeah.
Make it difficult.
Yep. That's what I'm doing.
Sometimes you have to chop down the was it the what's the things beside the windows? The shutters. Just so you know, because they get in the way of a block.
Oh, that's dumb.
It is, but you know. I understand why the zombies might try to come through the wall here around door 3, building 3, because it's really close to those doors that get to us. That's why I'm going to put extra spikes around this area.
Well, I just put a whole bunch of spikes around. Put that there. There.
I'm just going to do like a layer of 3. Do 60. Yeah. All right. I'm going to reinforce this garage door entrance here where we closed it up. You can take care of the back door real fast.
Yep.
I'm probably going to put a layer of spikes in front of the garage here also. Again, take a little extra precautions with building 3.
Those there. Alright, cool. Excuse me. Tools, wood spikes, yes.
There you go.
Alright, I need to go repair my axe because it's going to break.
All right.
I think you got plenty of spikes all the way around it.
Good.
Or through the exits anyway. Now we technically have 3 different bases of operations.
Ration. Yep. All right. I need to.
Yeah, I can put those up. Okay. And the game just crashed.
Just when I started building some spikes. I can definitely finish up this thing here I've been working at tonight.
Oh, I forgot. Dynamite was on.
You forgot what?
AEW Dynamite was on tonight.
Oh.
Okay. Continue.
Ooh, Nate's Xbox is on.
Say what?
KODX Omega home
Oh
screen.
yeah, he's probably watching, or yeah, either at the home screen or he's watching YouTube,
Uh,
falling asleep.
this is. I still do that with something every night.
Yeah, I do most of the time too.
Was it? It was weird. Like growing up, I used to do like a lot of people. I put a fan on high, you know.
Yep,
But
still
that
do.
that was drying out like my throat, my sinuses though. So then I had to like wean myself off of that, you know.
Yeah, that's something I still do.
Yeah. Well, like I can't even have a ceiling fan on now while I'm sleeping because like I'll just wake up and it'll everything will just be completely dry. But and then for a while, actually, I did really good from like my mid-teens up until I started driving. But you
Mm,
know, when I started driving, I started doing refrigerator trailers, and that was at the time when like they just started coming out with silent ones, but they weren't very well widespread across the fleets.
right.
So a lot of them still sounded like sleeping next to an oversized diesel generator. If you could imagine trying to do that.
No.
Yeah, well, that's what I essentially had no choice but to do. So, if I wanted to get any sleep, and I actually got so used to that. Plus the sound of the diesel engine itself, right from the
Well,
s- from the
that I
semi.
can
But
picture.
yeah, the diesel engine, even a big like C15 cat like I had in my semi, not
Mm,
not very different at all from say like the Cummings in your Dodge. Okay.
yeah.
Like very relatable. That soft, gentle rumble, 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 that you get. Yeah, very easy to do. But the refrigerated power unit, or the reefer as it was referred to, that is just like being right next to a lawnmower. And all that was between it and me was a thin wall of fiberglass. And we're not even
Yeah,
talking
I
the
would take
lawnmower on
some.
idle. It's the lawnmower on high speed.
Yeah, that would have taken some getting used to try to fall asleep to something like that.
It did. It did. Um, but what's going to surprise you more is the fact that I got so used to it when I would try to sleep when I would come home on my leave and try to sleep
Right.
without it. I would wake up in a cold panic in the middle of the night thinking my ice cream or my meat was going bad.
Boy.
Like I would wake up in an absolute terror thinking my multi-million dollar load is going bad. Because you're financially responsible for that shit, you know?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you get used to it. And that was when I started sleeping. That was when like they were first doing like TV shows on DVD and stuff, if you remember, you know? Like at one point that
Um.
wasn't common to be able to just buy a whole season of a TV show. And
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
yeah, and one of the first shows, if you remember, they did that with was MASH.
I think I do remember that.
And I even now like I adore the show MASH. Like I used to sit up as a kid on Fox back in the day. when they would play the replays from like 1 to 3 in the morning, and I because that's when I was homeschooled, so I would sit up and watch that shit every night. Like my idols growing up were Picard, Spider-Man, and Hawkeye, and not the Avengers Hawkeye.
Oh yeah, I know. I
So
used to
like,
watch it all the time. I mean, not every single night, but I used to watch it a lot.
yeah. Um, well, I watched it enough most nights to where I actually knew most of the episodes. I'd seen most of the episodes and could remember them, right?
Right.
Um, well, anyway, like when I bought a DVD player to go with the little TV I had in the truck, and I would start watching MASH because I was the biggest fan of MASH, so I wanted to own all the seasons, and I still do. Um, but needless to say, I would fall asleep with them on. And that really helped me to get used to the reefer. And then when I would come home, I would do that, and it would help me not to wake up in the cold panic.
Well, with MASH?
Yeah, because like as long as that was playing, because those were those DVDs, you could the original release of them, it had an autoplay, so you could turn it on, and it would just start playing every episode through episode, for
Oh
each
yeah.
disc. So I would just put them on autoplay and just let it go all night. And as long as like that was on, then I knew like I guess my bot that told me like it was everything was okay, you know. And if I actually had to sleep with the load, then I would turn MASH off, because then I was listening to the refrigerator. So that's how I essentially trained myself to do that at night times.
Oh.
The downside to that is like I love MASH, but if it comes like if I actually just want to watch it, or if it comes on, it will start to make me sleepy now. And it's not because I'm bored of it with it. Like I generally at times want to watch it because it's been a while since I've really sat down and watched it. But I will fall the fuck to sleep to MASH.
Yeah, I'm trying to think, there's a show that I do that with now too. I can't remember.
Um,
Frasier, maybe?
uh, don't know, but I haven't watched Frasier in a hot minute. When I came home, of course, and had to stop driving, I had Netflix, because that was on demand. That was when that had become a big thing on the Xboxes and all that.
Yeah.
And that made me really happy because I could watch all the shows I'd missed while I was truck driving. Everything from all the seasons of Mythbusters and Dirty Jobs and Modern Marvels, all the different like shows like that, right?
Right.
Well, I would go to sleep. At first it was Dirty Jobs because like I wasn't watching MASH anymore because it was just straight put me to sleep. Um, well, so I started watching Dirty Jobs to stay up at night, and Dirty Jobs started to kind of make me sleepy. But then they got rid of it off of Netflix. So then I started watching all the seasons of Mythbusters because that show just came on when I started truck driving, and I really liked it. But you could rarely catch it.
It's on Hulu now, I think.
It was on Hulu. They took it off for a while. That's actually one of the reasons I got Discovery Plus. Like I still really like watching MythBusters, but now MythBusters will
Hmm.
start to put me to sleep. Like it's at that stage with me. Like I will go straight to La La Land. So like when I need to go to bed, like okay, let's watch Adam and Jamie. And I'll watch maybe an episode. Sometimes at the very most 3 episodes. but I never finished the third episode. At some point now, I start to realize that I'm like conking out, so I just hit the power button on the remote and go to sleep. You know.
Been there.
At least now I
Ghost
start
Hunters
to
does it to me now.
go such. Yeah. No, at least now I start to realize like that I'm heading to that I'm going to sleep with it. You know, so. Because mom used to think I would sit up all fucking night, like watching TV, and then wake up and play games or something. Like, no, no, no. I'm actually going to sleep. She's like, well, what are you doing? I'm sleeping. It's just the TV playing. And that would drive her insane, you know? Because she doesn't get it. Then again, she has her fan.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. 2, 3, 4,000. Yeah, some of these trees are starting to get big.
Good. What, you
Very
back
big.
over in
Let me
this
go cut
area?
them down. Yeah.
I'm chopping down some. I needed some more lumber. I planted some more trees.
Yeah, I just planted
Oh shit, we gotta
like
track each other real fast.
24 more.
There's buildings up the road from us here, going into the forest.
Alright, I think that should be enough. It better be enough. I don't have any, all these trees are getting so big. Yep, like 99 more of those. $99 problems. Yeah, let me put those. There we go. I put 1, 2, 3 right there. That's
We're
right. I
gonna be
need to go get some
getting,
iron.
let's say, gonna be getting dark here soon, really soon. So
Yeah, once I'm done with this, I'm gonna go. Well, once this night is over with, I'm gonna go get some iron.
I should probably run back to the main base real fast. Oh yeah, we got a nice forest growing over here. Sam, definitely hauling ass to the base because I'm afraid to run into like another 9 dogs.
Dude, like now that I've seen them like that, I don't want to do it either.
Like I'm literally running to base with my shotgun out. What
You
if
still
that?
got plenty of time to get there.
What if that becomes the new thing now? Because like what night we're on? Like instead of so many zombie hordes, it just starts to become big hordes of dogs.
Uh, um, I prefer the zombies.
All right, 2100, and I made it back to the base with like a second to spare.
Well, it doesn't start till 2200.
I know. I just don't like to be take it too long. Like I'm one of those people. Like, oh, I just a few more blocks, just a few more blocks, you know. And I know like that will screw me over if I don't force myself.
I have to have these spikes going all the way down. I do. I already finished that. Nice.
Nice.
Alright, so that way I can go back around the front. Since this is already sealed off, this is 3 rows deep now. Boy, not a good time for my battery to die.
Oh yes, that's it.
I need to run back. I need to run. I might make it to the front door with 1 second left. Yep.
No. Oh, at least you made it.
One second left.
All right. So, question
Yeah.
that thingamabob, whatchamacallit, the land bridge and stuff I made.
Uh huh.
How has that been doing with the hordes?
I mean, well, the last time I was at that base defending, when like zombies had come to the base, they didn't
Yeah.
come on that side. They came on the front.
Okay. So it hasn't been tested yet, which is kind of good
No,
because
it
it's
hasn't really been tested
unfinished.
yet. Put you there. No, you come right. Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, why not?
You've added some more meat, I see.
Yeah, I found a. I was out exploring. I found a pig.
Nice.
Put that there.
Oh, I need to go get water from glass bottles here. Where are you at? Oh, you're over there. You're at the other base.
Yeah, just putting a few things up.
Okay.
In fact, let me go put this inside the box over here. Yep, you go there, and you I will take.
Have you been digging up any more dirt? Or how'd you
Crap!
die?
I fell off the side here and died by the freaking spikes that I put around this area.
Oh gosh.
Yay, it's not gonna go back and get it.
Oh, I wouldn't do it now.
Oh, that's so frustrating. Dude, once you get caught in your spikes, dude, it's a freaking wrap.
Oh yeah, it's over because the log ones make you bleed so effectively.
I might make a run for it.
Good luck.
I'm running. I'm running.
And after it comes daylight, I'll make a run back to the other place. Make sure all the angles are for the side doors and the front and back doors are reinforced. And then it's just reinforcing the top platform areas. Other than that, I think we'll need some rail sections, but it's not super important.
There we go. Almost there.
If you're getting some pine cone seeds, save a bunch over for the forest area I'm planting. So
Yeah, most of the ones I'm getting are the other ones.
the maples or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crap, I can't see a thing.
Did you take a torch or something?
I have one.
Hmm.
There we go. I did it again. Just as I got everything back, I did it again.
Uh,
I was like, oh, I'm beginning to hate my own spikes.
oh, I heard dogs or something hitting spikes. Or is that you coming up? It might have been you coming up.
That might have been. All right. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Landed right on the freaking spikes. Almost there, almost there.
Do you want to grow cotton?
Um, I mean, I don't mind it.
I'm just wondering, because we got like almost 400 cotton plants, and I'm pretty sure you just need springs and a few other things, and we can probably build king size beds for our characters.
All right.
Well, you got 11 goldenrod seed now.
Yeah, I know I have a bunch of like the cotton plants.
Yeah. I'm making more steak and eggs for us.
Yeah, because I'm gonna need those to get my health back up to 90 something that I had that before. Now I'm back
I
down
just
to
keep
80.
mine. I just keep mine at 70, sir. Keep it simple, dirty, easy that way.
Alright, let me put my clothes back on. All this. I was just trying to put up some candles.
He's just trying to set the mood, man.
I didn't realize that it was going to encompass all this heartache. Pickaxe. Yep. Hammer. What else do I have there? Oh, crossbow. Alright. Excuse me.
Fire off. Alright, I made a bunch of water and drinks and steak and eggs. Oh, you got so much steak and eggs, sir.
I'm glad because I'm going to need it.
Cornmeal. We need to get more cornmeal. Should probably go and get a bunch of the corn one day. Start making cornmeal and stuff. The only thing I learned is don't make corn on the cob because you have to use a jar of water and a cob, and you lose the jar. The jar. Oh wait, you got 1,500 corn. Damn. Don't need no fucking.
Oh, dude, I got a ton of freaking corn.
That's what I'm saying. Like, don't need no fucking. Uh, alright. I don't want to eat corn, so recipes are corn. I can make corn seed, which I don't know why we would grow corn when there's a giant corn farm growing all the corn we need,
Yeah,
you know?
right next to where I'm at.
Yeah. And cornmeal, which can be used for several recipes. Um, I don't think I need 500 cornmeal. I'm
I
going to
wouldn't
stick
think
that
so.
maybe 100 cornmeal. I don't think 500. Right, cut that in half, and then cut that in half. That there. Oh. There we go. 100.
Alright. That horrible night is over with.
You got 45 jars of coffee.
Yeah, Bronx.
Exactly. I made it just for him. That's one day's worth of drink for him. Remember the rule of thumb now, sir. Always run around with your gun out.
Oh, I got my
You never know when you're going to be attacked by 9 dogs.
hold on one second, be right back.
Yep. That scared the shit out of me. I ain't gonna lie. All right. So far, it all looks good.
All right.